Hey guys, it's your average middle-aged American back again with another reaction video. This one is another one on Spanish cathedrals, churches in Spain. Name of this video is 7 Awesome Churches to Visit in Spain, a Spain Travel Guide. This was sent to me via comment section by one of my viewers, and I do appreciate it. I've got several suggestions, and this looks like a good one. I have not seen it yet, so we'll see it together, but it appears to be a lot more of the interior of these cathedrals in Spain, which is nice. If you haven't seen my other videos, check those out. I actually have a playlist just for castles and cathedrals, and then I also have a separate playlist for Spain. But most of them are exterior shots, you know, mostly drone shots, that type of thing, which are impressive, but, you know, you don't always get to see the interior. So apparently on this one, I kind of just skimmed through it real quick just to see what was in it, and it appears to be a lot of interior shots. So this should be good. I do appreciate all my subscribers, all my viewers. Anyone who's left a comment in the comment section, we're up to almost 800 subscribers, which is fantastic. We're 80% to our way to making our goal of 1,000, and I appreciate all of you. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that button. Doesn't cost you anything. Helps me out, and helps with the algorithm along with thumbs up and all that. So enough jibber jabber. Appreciate all of you, and let's check this video out together.
Spain's history dates all the way back to Roman times. Since its origins, power has changed hands, cultures have come and gone, and different religions have left their mark. In modern times, Spain still has some of the most remarkable churches and cathedrals in the world. The sacred buildings have distinct attractions, from the remains of saints to a monument left by the Virgin Mary, allegedly. Let's check out 7 awesome churches to visit in Spain, shall we?
All right, let's do it.
Sagrada Familia. Sagrada Familia is a Roman Catholic church, and Antoni Gaudí, Barcelona's most beloved architect, was the director of its creation. Although he died before its completion, he is widely revered for constructing the marvelous church. It's one of the city's top attractions, as millions of people visit Sagrada Familia each year to experience the stunning building.
This is an interesting cathedral. I know very little about it. I know it just enough to be more enlightened than most Americans, I guess. But obviously nothing compared to anyone who lives in Spain. This isn't my favorite, but I get it. It's completely different. You know, the idea was that it was based on nature and nature, so the inside is kind of based on that, and even the exterior, a lot of references to, you know, trees and growing and the sun and flowers, that kind of thing. It's an interesting place, and I understand that it's still under construction, and it will be for another 30-40 years. And if I'm not incorrect on this, I think that this is where they're going to build that 175 meter tall statue of Jesus, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. I am no expert, and I never will be an expert, but I think that's what's going on here. What I'm going to do with this, I rewound it a little bit. I'm going to slow it down on some of these interior shots. I think they're just going through it too fast. And I watch videos in 1.5, 1.75, and double speed. So if I think they're going too fast, you guys probably do too. So I'll play it like normal, and then I'll just slow it down a little bit so we can see the interiors a little bit better.
Sagrada Familia is a Roman Catholic church, and Antoni Gaudí, Barcelona's most beloved architect, was the director of its creation. Although he died before its completion, he is widely revered for constructing the marvelous church. It's one of the city's top attractions, as millions of people visit Sagrada Familia each year to experience the stunning building.
I mean, it's just amazing. The part that I'm not big on is, I guess, the original, the front. It just kind of almost looks like it's made out of mud or something. You know, like there, I get it, it's old and all that, but it doesn't have that crisp, clean kind of thing that I like. It's still beautiful, don't get me wrong. It's just not my favorite style. But look at the detail. Look at the height. That's what blows my mind, is how tall everything is and open. And these columns are like the size of, 20 people standing around in a circle.
Cathedral. In the south of Spain, you'll find the largest Gothic cathedral in the world, Seville Cathedral. The building was made a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1987. The massive structure took over a century to be built, from 1401 to 1506, and touring the cathedral is a great way to step back in time. It's now the resting place for the infamous Christopher Columbus, and his tomb will be one of the first things you see upon entering the building.
This cathedral is just flat out amazing. See, this is my style. This is what I love. Just the clean, crisp, the symmetry. It's unbelievable to think the people built this kind of stuff by hand. I mean, look at the detail. It's crazy. Look, I mean, look at these people. Look at her in the center of the screen around 6 o'clock, and then look at the size of that column, and then look at the height of the interior. I mean, you don't have to be religious to be impressed. Just from an architectural standpoint, from a cultural standpoint, no matter what religion you are, if you're not religious, it doesn't matter. It's just unbelievable. And if you are religious, then it probably has even more meaning to you. To think that this was even thought of, 600 years ago, it will just never cease to amaze me. It will never. I don't care how many videos I do, I will always be blown away. And when I see this in person, I'm probably going to have a paramedic with me or something, because I'll probably just faint or pass out or whatever. I don't care. I'm a big boy, and this kind of stuff could still knock me down. I mean, it's crazy. It's inspiring. What's your excuse for not mowing the yard when somebody could conceive and build something like this? What's your excuse for not painting your house? Bad weather? I mean, come on. It's amazing. Just look at the scale. Look at the altar. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. Christopher Columbus there.
Building. The Mezquita, Mosque Cathedral. The Mezquita in Cordoba was once one of the region's most important mosques. As power shifted, the facility was consecrated as a Roman Catholic church. Inside the building, you'll find arguably the most impressive architecture of any site in the country.
Look at
It's
that.
a perfect historical example of the many cultures that have ebbed and flowed throughout Spain.
All right, so my understanding on this is that this was conquered, I think around in the 1400s, and it turned into a cathedral. And I was really taken back by it until you guys told me in another video that before it was a mosque, it was actually a different house of worship. I believe it was a cathedral, Christian cathedral of some sort. So I was really kind of upset about it. I was just thinking about, taking a Muslim mosque and turning it into a Catholic church, and it was almost like spitting on them. And you guys kind of opened my eyes a little bit that before that it was Christian. So it was actually conquered by the Muslims and then conquered again by the Christians. So it's just kind of a cycle. So I get it. But the detail is just insane. When you look at just everything, the texture on the walls, the carving, the wood. I mean, look at the ceiling. just unbelievable. And to think that that's almost 1,000 years old. Just crazy. Crazy.
Santiago de Compostela Cathedral. Santiago de Compostela
Wow.
Cathedral is Santiago's main sacred site and was built in the 13th century. The building is best known for being the burial site of one of Jesus Christ's apostles, St. James the Great. Many people still pilgrimage to the cathedral to pay homage to the saint's resting place. When you're in the area, the cathedral can't be missed.
Just look at that. I love the symmetry. I'm big on symmetry if you're new to my channel. Love castles, love cathedrals, learning as much as I can about Europe. Just look at that. That's so cool. The detail and the age is just crazy. I saw this in another video. It was from a different angle, though. It was from the long way when you see that thing. And if they throw that thing all the way up to almost the ceiling, it's pretty amazing.
Basilica of Our Lady of the Pillar. The Basilica of Our Lady of the Pillar was built in Zaragoza, Spain, after the Virgin Mary appeared to St. James the Apostle. She asked him to build a church in her name and left a pillar of jasper where the site should be located. Many years later, the church was completed in 1680. Whether you're religious or not, it's a beautiful place to tour.
Wow. What's with the bombs on the wall, on the interior? You guys let me know if you know what the deal is with that. This is an interesting church because it's not quite as old, I guess. At least since its last construction. And it's got kind of a different look. It's almost like some of our government buildings in Washington, D.C. It's clean and crisp. Quite a bit different with the pillars. Very cool.
Burgos Cathedral. Although there is a bit of debate on the topic, Burgos Cathedral could be Spain's first Gothic-style cathedral. The interior of the building is gorgeously designed and ordained with religious imagery, stained glass windows, and flawless architectural details. In 1984, it became a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Don't miss out on the guided tour that takes you almost all the way up the cathedral's spires.
Look at that. Is that a Star of David in the middle? Right there? Right there in the middle, 6 o'clock. Is that a Star of David? And if so, somebody explain to me what that means in the Christian religion opposed to Judaism. I mean, I have a hard time believing that's just a geometric coincidence. If you know, let me know. Wow. Look at the detail and the size. It's just unbelievable to me. These buildings last hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and in some case, over 1,000 years. Crazy.
Almudena Cathedral. Almudena Cathedral is a remarkable historical site in Madrid. The building had a long, tumultuous construction process that took about 100 years.
Wow.
Pope John Paul II consecrated the cathedral in 1993, making it the first cathedral he consecrated outside of Rome. It's now Madrid's most important religious building and a wonderful place to.
This is nice. I mean, it's pretty. It's clean and crisp, for sure. But it's nothing like the old ones. I mean, from a detail standpoint, I mean, I'm sure it's a lot more functional for today's needs, you know, with projectors and screens and audio and all that, but there's nothing wrong with it. If that's your church, you're definitely proud of it, but you can't compare that to the old stuff. And it was so much easier to do. I mean, it's not easy by any standpoint, but it's easier than it was 500, 600, 700, 800 years ago. I mean, just think of the difference. Well, there you go, guys. There's some interior shots of some of the best cathedrals and churches to visit in Spain. Always impressed, never ceases to amaze me. If you like this style of video, let me know. If you don't like this style of video, let me know. As far as, you know, pausing and going in slow motion on some of the interior stuff. Yeah, we lose the music, and it would sound ridiculous to slow the voices down. There's no point, but I kind of like it on these short videos because it allows us to see more detail. Let me know your thoughts. And if you're new to my channel, it's anything and everything that interests me as an average middle-aged American. My wife and I are planning on visiting Europe. We have never been, and we plan on doing a lot of visiting, a lot of traveling in Europe as we kind of slow down going into retirement and then in retirement while we're still, you know, healthy and able to get around. So any suggestions on any other churches or any other videos, please put them down in the comments section. We have a great group of people that talk about our countries and cultures and the differences between, you know, America and Spain or Germany or Italy, even England. We keep it civil in our channel, and we learn a lot from each other. Sometimes I got to correct some misinformation about America or clarify some things. Sometimes other people have to do the same about their countries. You know, a lot of preconceived notions out there, a lot of, let's just call it misinformation. Anyway, I appreciate all of you. If you're not subscribed, click that button. And if you are, I thank you already. Thumbs up goes a long way. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys. Take care.